Hello.
Hello,
I'm David Clark.
I'm Linda Martin.
Are you a teacher?
No, I'm not.
Oh. Are you a student?
Yes, I am. Are you from England?
No, I'm not.
Where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
Hello, John.
Hello, Peter. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. And you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Are you English?
Pardon?
Are you English?
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
Oh, I'm English. Are you on holiday?
No, we aren't. We're businessmen. Please sit down.
Thank you.
Tea?
Yes, please.
Sugar?
No, thanks.
Where are you from?
I'm from London.
Are you a businessman?
No, I'm not. I'm a tourist.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
My name's Dean.
Ah, yes, Mr. Dean. Room 15. Here's your key.
Thank you.
Is this your case?
No, it isn't.
Oh. Is that your case over there?
Yes, it is.
Good evening.
Good evening. What are your names, please?
Mr. and Mrs. Brown.
Ah, yes. Here's your key.
Are these your cases here?
No, they aren't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are those your cases over there?
Yes, they are.
Is this our room?
What's the number?
14.
Oh, no, it isn't. That's our room. Number 13.
Ooh, I'm cold.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm not. I'm hot.
This is a nice flat, Miss Wilkins. Here's a plan. There's a living room, there's a kitchen, a bedroom, a bathroom, and there's a toilet.
Is there a balcony?
No, there isn't.
And a telephone?
No, there isn't a telephone. Well, here's the kitchen.
It's very small.
Yes, it isn't very large, but there's a cooker and a fridge. There are some cupboards under the sink.
Are there any plates?
Yes, there are.
Good. Are there any chairs in here?
No, there aren't. But there are some in the living room.
There aren't any glasses.
Yes, there are. They're in the cupboard.
And, where's the toilet? Excuse me?
Yes?
Is there a post office near here?
Yes, there is.
Is it far?
No, it isn't very far. First right, second left.
Thank you very much.
That's all right.
Mrs. Connor, could you pass the salt, please?
Certainly.
Thank you very much.
And the pepper?
No, thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Half a bitter, please.
Here you are, sir.
Thank you very much. How much is that?
15p.
Are you on the phone?
Yes, I am.
What's your number?
23306.
Who's that? Who's that?
It's me, Tom.
Tom?
Yes, Tom. Your grandson, from Canada.
Oh, Tom! Come in.
This is my wife, Mary.
Oh, how do you do?
And these are our children, Jimmy and Ethel.
Hello, Jimmy. Hello, Ethel. Well, this is a nice surprise.
Look at Mrs. Turner. Her skirt's black, her blouse is white. Look at Tom. His jacket's brown, his trousers are grey. Look at Mary. Her dress is pink, her shoes are orange. Look at Jimmy. His shirt's red, his shorts are green. Look at Ethel. Her T-shirt's yellow, her jeans are blue.
Hello, Jane.
Hello, Richard.
Whew, what's this?
It's a Cadillac.
Is it your car?
Well, no, it isn't.
Whose car is it?
It's Mr. Orson's car.
Mr. Orson, who's he?
He's my boss. He's a millionaire.
There's some rice in the jar.
There's some milk in the bottle.
There's some sugar in the jar.
There's some oil in the bottle.
There's some water in the jug.
There's some wine in the bottle.
There are some apples on the table.
There are some eggs on the table.
There are some oranges on the table.
There are some bananas on the table.
There are some lemons on the table.
There are some onions on the table.
There isn't any butter.
There isn't any cheese.
There isn't any beer.
There aren't any tomatoes.
There aren't any mushrooms.
There aren't any eggs.
The fridge is empty.
Is there any cheese in the fridge?
Yes, there is.
Is there any butter in the fridge?
No, there isn't.
Are there any eggs in the fridge?
Yes, there are.
Are there any tomatoes in the fridge?
No, there aren't.
There's some butter in the freezer.
How much is there?
There's a lot.
There are some hamburgers in the freezer.
How many are there?
There are a lot.
Waiter! I'd like the menu, please.
Here you are, sir.
Thanks. I'd like some soup.
Tomato soup?
Yes, please. And I'd like a steak.
Rare, medium, or well done?
Medium, please.
Which vegetables would you like?
I'd like some potatoes, some peas, and a salad, please.
Certainly, sir.
Oh, and I'd like some wine.
Which wine would you like, sir?
A bottle of red wine, please.
Charles Orson is a film director. He's in the studio. He's with Steve Newman and Raquel Evans. Steve's an actor. Raquel's an actress. They're film stars.
Everybody, be quiet, please. Okay, Steve. Now, open the door. Come in. Walk to the sofa. Walk. Don't run. Okay. Sit down. Don't move. Now, take Raquel's hand. Look into her eyes. Don't laugh. Smile. Raquel, smile at Steve. Look into his eyes. Don't laugh. Now, close your eyes. Steve, kiss her. That's fine. Now, Steve, go to the door. Go out and close the door. Okay. Turn the lights on. Turn the microphones on. Start the camera. Action.
Look at this man. He's Elton Cash. He's a pop star. He's very rich and famous. Look at his house. It's large and expensive, and there's a swimming pool in the garden. There are 10 bedrooms in the house. Elton's car's American. It's a 1978 Lincoln Continental. It's fast and comfortable. In his car there's a radio, a stereo cassette player, a cocktail cabinet, a cigar lighter, and electric windows. But Elton isn't happy. He'd like a Rolls-Royce.
Look at this man. He's Mr. Wilson. He's a teacher. He's very poor, and he isn't famous. Look at his house. It's small and cheap, and there isn't a garden. There are only 2 bedrooms in the house. Mr. Wilson's car's English. It's a 1959 Mini. It's slow and uncomfortable. In his car, there isn't a radio or a cassette player. There's an engine, a steering wheel, and there are 4 wheels and 2 doors. Mr. Wilson isn't happy. He'd like a new Mini.
Oh, yes. My husband's wonderful.
Really? Is he?
Yes, he's big, strong, and handsome.
Well, my husband isn't very big or very strong, but he's very intelligent.
Intelligent?
Yes. He can speak 6 languages.
Can he? Which languages can he speak?
He can speak French, Spanish, Italian, German, Arabic, and Japanese.
Oh, My husband's very athletic.
Athletic?
Yes, he can swim, ski, play football, cricket and rugby.
Can
and...
he cook?
Pardon?
Can your husband cook? My husband can't play sports, but he's an excellent cook.
Is he?
Yes, and he can sew and iron. He's a very good husband.
Really? Is he English? Please, come in.
Thank you.
Please, sit down. Would you like a cup of tea?
Yes, please.
How about a biscuit?
No, thanks. I'm on a diet.
Excuse me.
Yes, can I help you?
Yes, I'd like some information about trains, please.
Where to?
To London.
When?
Tomorrow.
Morning or afternoon?
In the evening, about 6 o'clock.
There's one at 6:40.
Thank you.
I'd like a pair of shoes, please.
What colour would you like?
Brown.
And what size are you?
5. Can I try them on?
Of course.
How about dinner tonight?
I'd love to.
Where can we meet?
How about the square?
All right. What time?
Is 7 o'clock okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Hi there. My name's Gloria Gusto. I'm an actress. I'm from London. I've got a flat in London and a house in Hollywood with a swimming pool. I've got a new Rolls Royce and a lot of money in the bank. I've got a husband and 3 wonderful children in Hollywood. Life's great. I've got everything.
Hello. My name's Tom Atkins. I'm from London too. I'm broke. I haven't got any money. I haven't got a job, or a house, or a car. I haven't got a wife, and I haven't got any children. Life's terrible. I haven't got anything.
Look at this man. His name's Terry Archer. He isn't from London. He's from Oxford. He's a factory worker. He's got a good job. He's got a car. He hasn't got a big house. He's got a flat. He's got a wife, but he hasn't got any children. Life's all right.
Good morning. Can I see your passport?
Certainly. Here it is.
Yes, that's all right. Have you got anything to declare?
Yes, I have.
What have you got?
I've got some whiskey and some cigarettes.
How much whiskey have you got?
A litre.
That's all right. And how many cigarettes have you got?
200.
Fine. What about perfume? Have you got any perfume?
No, I haven't.
Good. Open your case, please.
Pardon?
Open your case, please. Open it now. Oh, dear. Look at this. You've got 3 bottles of whiskey, 400 cigarettes, and a lot of perfume. Can you show me some cameras, please?
Certainly, sir. This one's very good.
Yes, it is. How much is it?
£85, sir.
Oh, dear. That's very expensive.
I see. That one isn't expensive, sir.
What make is it?
It's a Kodak. It's £47.
Can you show it to me, please?
Oh, excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Could you bring us some more tea, please?
Of course, sir.
And could you bring me the bill, please? I'm in a hurry.
Taxi?
Where to, madam?
Can you take me to the airport, please?
Oh, certainly, madam. Have you got any luggage?
Yes. Can you get it for me? It's over there.
Oh, all right. It's very heavy.
Yes, it is. I'm very sorry.
Good night, Andrew.
Good night, Colin.
Have a good holiday.
Thanks.
Don't forget, send me a postcard.
Okay. Oh, I haven't got your address.
That's okay. You can send it to me at the office.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, Linda. Is Jack here?
No, he isn't.
Is he working today?
No, he isn't working today. He's in the kitchen.
What's he doing?
He's cooking.
What are you doing?
I'm reading.
Thomas is a student. He's staying with the Taylors, an English family.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Taylor. Can you help me? I'm doing my homework and I can't understand this word.
Which one? Oh, that's difficult. I can't help you now. I'm watching something.
Oh? What are you watching?
I'm watching a cowboy film.
Can Mr. Taylor help me?
No, he can't now, Thomas. He's reading.
What's he reading?
He's reading a magazine.
What about Kate?
Oh, she can't help you now. She's phoning someone.
Oh? Who's she phoning?
She's phoning her boyfriend. You're asking a lot of questions tonight, Thomas.
Am I? Well, I'm practicing my English.
Would you like to come to a party?
Well, I'd like to, but when is it?
On Saturday evening.
What a pity. I'm busy on Saturday.
What are you doing?
I'm doing my homework.
Really? Another time, perhaps?
Yes. Thanks anyway.
Excuse me, is the seat free?
Yes, it is.
Is it okay if I sit here?
Yes, of course.
Is that your newspaper?
Yes, it is.
May I borrow it for a minute, please?
Yes, certainly.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a book.
What's the title?
Instant English. Have you got it?
Yes, we have.
How much is it?
£5.
May I see it?
Of course. Here you are.
And now here's Julia. Julia's wearing a white cotton blouse and a black nylon skirt. She's wearing orange shoes and she's carrying an orange leather handbag. Thank you, Julia. Now Godfrey's wearing dark blue flared trousers and a light blue woolen jacket. He's wearing a yellow terraline shirt and a red tie. Thank you, Godfrey.
Peter's standing outside the cinema. He's waiting for Lulu, his girlfriend, and he's looking at his watch because she's late. An old man's coming out of the cinema. A young man's going into the cinema. A boy's running up the steps. A woman's buying a ticket from the cashier. Some people are queuing outside the cinema. Now Peter's in the cinema with Lulu. He's sitting between Lulu and a man with a moustache. A lady's sitting in front of him. She's wearing a large hat. Peter can't see the film. A man's sitting behind Peter. He's smoking a pipe. Lulu's unhappy because the smoke's going into her eyes. This is a scene from the film. In this scene, a beautiful young girl's lying across the lines. She's shouting, "Help!" because the train's coming along the lines. It's very near. It's coming round the bend now. Hello, darling. I'm home.
Hello, John. You tired, dear?
Yes, I am. What time is it?
It's 6 o'clock.
Oh. What's on television tonight?
There's a good programme at 8:15. Paul McCartney in concert.
Yes. And there's a good film after the news.
Oh, and Mary in Love at 7:15 before Police Story.
Oh, I can't watch that. And there's a football match on ITV at 6:30.
But, John, it's my favourite programme.
Well, go and watch it at your mother's.
Well, tomorrow we're going to leave this place.
Yes. What are you going to do first?
First, I'm going to rent a big car,
Yeah.
meet my girlfriend, and take her to an expensive restaurant. We're going to have steak and drink champagne. What about you, Fred?
My wife's going to meet me outside the prison. Then we're going to have tea with her mother.
With her mother? You're joking.
No, I'm not. I'm going to work for my wife's mother.
Really? You're not going to work for your mother-in-law.
Yes, she's got a little cafe in London.
What are you going to do there?
I'm going to wash up.
What? Wash up? I'm not going to work. I'm going to have a good time.
You're lucky. I'm going to rob a bank next week.
Why?
Because I'm happy in prison.
This is an English wedding. They're standing on the steps outside the church. The bride is wearing a long white dress and is holding some blue flowers in her left hand. The groom is wearing a traditional morning suit and is holding a top hat in his right hand. They're both smiling because they're very happy. In a few minutes, they're going to get into a Rolls-Royce and drive to a big hotel for the reception. At the reception, they're going to cut the cake and drink champagne. Then they're going to open all their presents. Some people are going to make speeches, and both of the mothers are going to cry. At 3 o'clock, they're going to leave the reception and drive to Heathrow Airport. They're going to fly to Bermuda. They're going to spend their honeymoon in a villa by the sea. They're going to be happy forever and ever and have a lot of children.
Come in.
Ah, good afternoon. My name's Bull, John Bull. I'm looking for a girlfriend.
Please sit down, Mr. Bull. May I ask you some questions?
Oh, yes. What about?
Music, for example. Do you like music?
Yes, I do. I like classical music.
Do you like pop music?
No, I don't. And I don't like jazz.
How old are you, Mr. Bull?
What? I don't like personal questions.
Oh, well, can you complete this form later and send it by post?
Please marry me, Fiona. I want you. I need you. I love you.
I'm sorry, Charles, but I can't.
Oh, Fiona, why not?
Well, Charles, I like you. I like you a lot, but I don't love you.
But, Fiona, love isn't everything.
Oh, Charles, you don't understand. For me, love is everything.
Do you love another man, Fiona?
Yes, Charles, I do. James.
Not James Milton.
Yes, James Milton.
But he doesn't want you. He's engaged.
I know.
But, Fiona, James isn't a rich man. I can give you everything. What do you want? Clothes? Money? Travel? A big house?
No, Charles, I don't want those things. I only want James.
What are you doing this weekend?
I'm going away.
Oh? Where are you going?
I'm going to London.
How long for?
Just for 2 days. Have you got a car?
Yes, I have.
What kind is it?
It's a VW.
Do you like it?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because it's very economical.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Have you got any change?
What do you need?
I need some tens.
Oh, how many do you want?
Well, can you change a pound note?
Yes, I think so. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you repair these shoes, please?
Yes, certainly. When do you want them?
As soon as possible.
Is Thursday afternoon okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Robin Knight, the television reporter, is interviewing the Duchess of Wessex for the programme The English at Home.
Now, Duchess, tell us about an ordinary day in your life.
Well, I wake up at 7 o'clock.
Really? You get up then?
No, of course I don't get up at that time. I have breakfast in bed and I read the Times.
What time do you get up?
I get up at 10.
What do you do then?
I read my letters and dictate the replies to my secretary.
And then?
At 11 I walk in the garden with Philip.
Oh, who's Philip?
Philip's my dog.
What time do you have lunch?
I have lunch at 12:30.
And after lunch?
Oh, I rest until 6 o'clock.
And at 6? What do you do at 6?
I dress for dinner. We have dinner at 8 o'clock.
What time do you go to bed?
Well, I have a bath at 9:30, and I go to bed at 10.
Thank you, Duchess. You certainly have a busy and interesting life.
Alan's a lorry driver. He's 25 years old. He works 5 days a week. He gets up at 6 o'clock every day. He eats an enormous breakfast. He drinks 2 cups of tea, then he kisses his wife. He leaves for work at 6:30. He has lunch in a transport cafe. He comes home at 5 o'clock. In the evening, he goes to the pub. He goes to bed at 10 o'clock.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to What's My Job? Here's our first competitor. We've got 3 famous people here. Professor Moore, the scientist, Jessica Gale, the film star, and Ken Carson, the pop singer. They're going to ask the questions. First, Professor Moore.
Do you work outside?
No, I don't.
Do you wear a uniform?
No, I don't.
I see. Do you work in an office?
No, I don't.
Next, Jessica Gale.
Oh, is your job important?
Yes, it is.
Do you get a big salary?
Yes, I do.
Have you got any special diplomas?
Yes, I have.
Thank you, Jessica. And now, Ken Carson.
Hello. Do you work with your hands?
Yes, I do.
Do you work at weekends?
No, I don't.
Do you travel?
No, I don't.
That's the 9th question. Now you can ask one last question.
Ah, are you a doctor?
No, I'm not. I'm a dentist. Ah, good evening, Mr. Benson. I never see you in church nowadays.
Oh, no, Vicar, but my wife always goes to church. She goes every Sunday.
I know, but you never come.
Well, I sometimes come, Vicar. I come on Christmas Day and at Easter.
But what about Sundays, Mr. Benson?
I usually wash my car on Sunday morning.
I see. Now, why don't you wash your car on Saturday next week, Mr. Benson?
Oh, I can't do that, Vicar.
Why not?
It's my son's wedding next Saturday. I'm going to church.
Every morning he cleans his teeth. He always cleans his teeth in the morning.
She gets up at 7 o'clock from Monday to Saturday, but on Sunday she gets up at 11 o'clock. She usually gets up at 7 o'clock.
They like films. They see all the new films. They often go to the cinema.
He's got a radio and a television. He sometimes listens to the radio, and he sometimes watches television.
Her brother lives in London. She doesn't. She sees him 4 or 5 times every year. She occasionally sees him.
He doesn't usually smoke, but at Christmas, after dinner, he has a cigar. He rarely smokes cigars.
She doesn't like whiskey. She never drinks whiskey.
Desmond Filton works for a market research company. He's asking people about their free time.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I'm from Market Research Limited. May I ask you some questions?
Yes. Yes, all right.
Thank you. Now, what time do you usually arrive home from work?
I usually arrive home at 6 o'clock.
When do you usually have dinner?
Oh, I usually eat at 7 o'clock, but I sometimes eat at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. My wife works too.
What do you usually do after dinner?
Well, I sometimes go out, but I usually stay at home and watch television.
How often do you go out?
Oh, not often. Once or twice a week.
Do you often visit your friends?
Yes, I do. Quite often. I sometimes visit them, and they sometimes visit me.
Do you ever go to the cinema?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
How often?
Well, I occasionally see a film. I like horror films, Frankenstein or Dracula.
And the theatre? Do you ever go to the theatre?
Yes, I do, but not often. I rarely go to the theatre.
Do you ever go to the ballet?
No, never. I don't like ballet.
Well, thank you, Mr. Norris.
May I ask you a question?
Yes?
What do you do in your free time?
I ask questions, Mr. Norris. I never answer them.
Oh.
Hello, my name's Douglas Hunter. I'm a pilot for British Airways. I fly Concords. I'm not working today. I'm playing golf. It's my favourite sport.
This man is a champion jockey. His name's Gordon Lester. He rides racehorses, but he isn't riding a racehorse at the moment. He's dancing with his 6th wife.
This is a picture of Bob and Michael. They teach English in a language school. They aren't teaching at the moment. They're in the pub. They're talking and laughing about their students.
This is Rosalind Graham. She dances for the Royal Ballet. She isn't dancing now. She's having a bath. She's going to dance in front of the Queen this evening.
There's an international football match on television. England are playing against Scotland. They're good teams. They usually play well. But today, England are playing very well and Scotland are playing badly.
Tom Morgan often has accidents. This is his 4th accident this year. He's a bad driver because he's a fast and careless driver. He drives fast, carelessly, and badly.
Bill Morris is a gentleman. He always drives slowly, carefully, and well. All his friends say, Bill's a good driver. He's very careful.
Mr. Johnson works very hard. He's a fast worker. His boss often says Johnson works fast for 10 hours every day. He's a very hard worker.
How do you come to school?
By bus.
Well, how much does it cost?
Only 20p.
How long does it take?
About 20 minutes.
Is Maria Italian?
Yes, I think so.
Does she speak English well?
No, I don't think so.
Is she coming to the dance tonight?
I hope so.
What's the matter?
I've got a cold.
Why don't you see a doctor?
I don't know any doctors.
Why don't you ask your landlady?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Would you like to dance?
Yes.
Do you come here often?
Sometimes.
Do you live here?
Yes, I do.
Where do you work?
In a bank.
Do you like it?
It's okay.
Now, Mr. Briggs, where were you yesterday?
Yesterday? What time?
At 2 o'clock. Where were you at 2 o'clock?
I was at home.
You weren't at home. You were in central London.
No, I wasn't. I was at home. Ask my girlfriend. She was with me.
Well, we're going to speak to her later. Where is she now?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Now, where were you on January the 12th?
January the 12th?
Yes, it was a Wednesday.
I can't remember.
You were in Manchester.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Oh, yes, you were.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was in prison in January.
Oh.
Hello, John. Where were you last month?
Oh, I was on holiday.
Oh, really? But you were on holiday in January.
Yes, I was in Switzerland in January.
Where were you last month?
I was in Florida.
Florida? What was it like?
Fantastic. The weather was beautiful. The sea was warm.
What was the hotel like?
Excellent. There was a swimming pool and private beach. There were 3 restaurants and 2 bars.
What were the people like?
They were very friendly.
Was your wife with you?
No, she wasn't. She never comes with me on holiday.
What about the children? Were they with you?
No, they weren't. They were with their grandparents.
Can you change this pullover, please?
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's the wrong size.
Is it too big or too small?
It's too small for me.
What size are you?
I'm not sure. Can you measure me?
Yes, certainly. You're a 36. This one's the right size.
I'd like a room, please.
A single room or a double room, sir?
A double, please.
With or without a private bathroom?
With, please.
For how many nights?
Just for one night, please.
Excuse me?
Yes?
I think my change is wrong.
Are you sure? Let me see. Oh, yes. You need another 50p.
Yes, that's right.
I'm terribly sorry.
That's okay.
I think English food is excellent.
Really? I don't think so.
Why not?
I prefer French food.
Bill Strongarm, the American astronaut, is talking to a reporter about his journey to the moon.
Well, Phil, welcome home.
Thank you.
Did you have any problems on the journey?
Well, we didn't have any serious problems, but it certainly wasn't a holiday.
Of course not.
We didn't have a wash or a shave for 2 weeks.
Really?
Yes, it wasn't very comfortable.
Now, what about food? Was that a problem?
Well, we didn't have any normal food.
What did you have?
Well, we had some food tablets.
Are you going to the moon again?
I hope so. It was wonderful.
Every Saturday, Mr. Brown goes to town. He went to town last Saturday. He usually has a drink in the pub with his friends. Last Saturday he had 4 or 5 drinks. After the pub, he usually goes to the supermarket and gets the food for his wife. He got the food last Saturday. He usually comes home on foot. Last Saturday he came home by taxi. His wife was very angry.
John? Is that you?
Yes, dear, I'm back.
Did you come home by taxi?
Yes, dear, the bags were very heavy.
Did you get everything?
Yes, dear, I got everything. Nearly everything.
Nearly everything?
Yes, dear. I went to the butcher's, but they didn't have any steak.
They didn't have any steak?
No, dear, so I got some hamburgers.
Did you go to the baker's?
Yes, dear, but I didn't get any bread.
You didn't get any bread?
No, dear, they didn't have any bread, so I got some rolls.
How many rolls did you get?
I can't remember, dear.
John?
Yes, dear.
Did you go to the pub again?
Yes, dear.
How many drinks did you have?
Only 4 or 5, dear. Small ones.
Good afternoon, Mr. Smith.
Good afternoon, Miss Wilde. Did you finish those letters?
Yes, sir. I typed them and signed them for you.
Did you photocopy them?
Yes, sir. I photocopied them and posted them.
Did Mr. Jackson arrive?
Yes, sir.
What time did he arrive?
About 2 o'clock, sir, but he didn't stay. He didn't have time.
What did he want?
Oh, I didn't ask, sir.
Did you telephone Mrs. Smith?
Yes, I did, but she wasn't in.
And the table at Mario's for tonight?
Yes, sir. I reserved a table for 2 at 8 o'clock.
Good. Did, Lulu telephone?
Yes, sir.
The story of Willie the Kid. Willie the Kid arrived in Dodge City one evening. He walked into the saloon and looked slowly around the room. Everybody was afraid. Willie had 2 guns. The sheriff was in his office. He was asleep. The saloon barman rushed into the sheriff's office.
Willie the Kid's in town.
The sheriff hurried to the saloon. The sheriff shouted to Willie,
Give me your guns, Willie!
This town is too small for both of us.
Willie replied calmly. They walked into the street. The sheriff waited. Willie moved his hand towards his gun. The sheriff pulled out his gun. He fired twice. The first bullet missed Willie. The second killed him. 2 cowboys carried Willie away. That was the end of Willie the Kid.
Anne's a student at London University. She studies Spanish, and she goes to Spain every summer. She lies in the sun, she drinks a lot of wine, and eats a lot of Spanish food. She always flies by British Airways. Her mother and father went to Italy last year. They toured Italy by coach. They saw a lot of interesting places. They ate spaghetti in Rome, drank coffee in Venice, and took a lot of photographs. The sun shone every day. They went to Italy by coach. Professor Hopkins teaches Anne at London University. He went to India last year. He saw the Taj Mahal and rode on an elephant. He wrote postcards to all his friends. He flew by Air India. Rob is Anne's boyfriend. He hitchhiked around the United States last summer. He stayed there for a month. Of course, he ate hamburgers and drank cola. He met a lot of interesting people. He bought a lot of American pop records and brought them back to England. He flew there by Pan American.
Bill Craig and John Fitzgerald are pilots. Last year their plane crashed in the Pacific Ocean. They were in a rubber dinghy for 4 weeks. They didn't have much water, and they didn't have many things to eat. They had a few bananas and a little brandy from their plane. They caught a lot of fish. They had only a little chocolate. They had only a few biscuits and a few apples. After 4 weeks, they saw a ship, and the ship rescued them.
Good morning, Shelley.
Hello, Jill.
Oh, I'm tired this morning.
Are you? Why?
Well, I went to the concert last night.
Which concert?
The pop concert, the one at the town hall.
Oh, which group did you see?
I saw Robbie and the Rebels, their new group.
Are they good?
They usually play well, but last night they played badly.
Is Robbie a good singer?
Oh, yes, he usually sings well.
Did he sing well last night?
No, he didn't. He sang very badly.
What about the group?
Oh, the guitarist played beautifully, but the drummer was loud.
Yes, pop drummers always play loudly.
I know. I had a headache after the concert.
I never go to pop concerts. I prefer classical music. Excuse me, I lost my handbag this morning.
Where did you lose it?
On the bus. I left it on the number 28.
Well, you're lucky. The conductor found it.
Thank goodness. I was worried.
Here it is. He gave it to me an hour ago.
What did you do last weekend?
I went to Oxford.
Really? How did you go?
I went by car.
How long did it take?
It took about 2 hours.
Hello, John. I thought you were in Brighton.
I was. I drove there on Friday.
Yes?
And I came back on Saturday morning.
Oh. Well, why did you come back?
Well, I went to a casino and spent all my money.
How did you do that?
Well, I won a little at first, then I lost everything. Have a cigarette.
No, thanks. I'm trying to stop.
Oh, come on, I insist.
No, really. I've got a terrible cough.
Good evening, and here is the 8 o'clock news. Last night, there was a revolution in Mandanga. the rebels attacked the president's palace, shot the president and burnt the building. The Air Force bombed the capital. The United States sent ships to the area this morning. The Soviet Union protested in the United Nations. The Scottish police are looking for 2 climbers in the Highlands. The climbers left yesterday morning to climb Ben Nevis. It began to snow heavily yesterday afternoon. The police sent out a search party yesterday evening. They spent the night on the mountain, but they didn't find the climbers. The Queen opened a new hospital in London today. She met all the doctors and nurses and spoke to the first patients. The Queen wore a yellow dress and a green hat. And next, football. This afternoon at Wembley Stadium, England played against Wales. England lost by 4-0. The English captain broke his leg. The Welsh team played well. David Evans scored 3 goals for Wales.
Well, Miss Smith, this is a change. I usually have water with my meals, you know.
Yes, Mr. Gibbon, but tonight we're having champagne.
Oh, please, don't call me Mr. Gibbon. My friends always call me Horace.
All right, Horace. And we're having fillet steak.
Isn't it wonderful? I normally have egg and chips on Mondays. You see, my wife doesn't like restaurants.
Oh, your wife. What's she doing now?
She's watching television at home. What perfume are you wearing, Miss Smith?
Please, call me Dorothy. I'm wearing Night of Passion.
It's lovely. My wife never wears perfume.
I don't always wear it, but this is a special occasion.
Of course it is. I never come to restaurants like this. Dorothy, I want to ask you something.
Oh, Horace, go on. I'm enjoying this evening so much.
Well, it's difficult.
Please, ask me.
Well, you know we've got a lot of work at the office.
Yes?
Well, can you work on Saturdays until we finish it?
Oh.
Two cars were going along Cambridge Street. An Englishman was driving a Rolls-Royce, and a foreign student was driving a VW. The Englishman was driving slowly and carefully. The student wasn't driving carefully. He was looking at a girl. She was walking along the street. She was wearing a short skirt, and she was carrying a handbag. The traffic lights were green. A dog was sitting beside the traffic lights. A cat was sitting on the opposite corner.
Last night at 9:18, the director of a school was walking from his office to his car when he was attacked from behind. The attacker hit the director on the head. The police think the attacker was a student, maybe a girl student. The police are going to interview every student in the school. A policeman interviewed the director at the hospital last night.
Now, Mr. Snow, what can you remember about the attack?
Well, I was working late yesterday evening.
What time did you leave your office?
About 9:15.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes. I looked at my watch.
What did you do then?
Well, I locked the door, and I was walking to my car when somebody hit me on the head.
Did you see the attacker?
No, he was wearing a stocking over his head.
Tell me, Mr. Snow, how did you break your leg?
Well, when they were putting me into the ambulance, they dropped me.
Jenny's 26. She's a teacher. She's in class now.
Now, Martin, can you swim?
Yes, I can. I could swim when I was 5.
Could you?
Yes, miss. Could you swim when you were 5?
I could swim when I was 3.
Really, miss? Could you read and write when you were 3?
No, Martin, of course I couldn't.
This is a very important mission, 006.
What must I do?
You must go to Moscow on tonight's plane.
Ah, Moscow. I've got a girlfriend there.
We know that, but you mustn't visit her.
Where must I stay?
You must go to the airport hotel. Stay in your room and wait.
Which passport must I use?
Your Swiss passport. And you must speak Swiss German all the time. They mustn't know your nationality.
What must I take with me?
Well, you mustn't carry a gun, but take a lot of warm clothes. Good luck, 006.
Now, Olga, you must check into the airport hotel tonight.
Must I reserve a room?
No, you needn't. We reserved one for you, next to the British agent's room.
Must I stay in my room?
No, you needn't stay in your room, but you must stay in the hotel.
Must I be nice to him?
No, you needn't, but you must discover why he's here.
Must I contact you every day?
No, you mustn't. It's too dangerous for you.
Why?
Because 006 is a very dangerous man.
Bournemouth 18233?
Hello. This is Tom Piper here. Is Mary there?
Hang on a minute, I'll see.
Okay.
Hello? I'm sorry, but Mary's out.
Oh. Could you take a message?
Yes, of course. Just a minute, I need a pen.
Hello, Director Inquiries. Can I help you?
Yes, can I dial direct to Zurich?
Yes, sir, you can.
What's the STD code number, please?
It's 010411.
Thank you.
Hello, radio taxis.
I'd like a taxi, please.
When do you want it?
As soon as possible.
Where are you?
On the corner of London Road and Strouden Street.
Where do you want to go?
The station.
What's the name?
Johnson. Mr. Johnson.
Okay, thank you. Hello, International Service. Can I help you?
Yes, please. I'd like to make a 3-minute call to Madrid.
What's the number, please?
Madrid 654321.
What's your number, please?
Oxford 56767.
Please put £1.56 in the box, and I'll call you back.
Thank you.
Bill Strongarm, the American astronaut, has landed on the moon. He's speaking to Mission Control now.
Hello, Phil. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
What are you going to do next?
I'm going to open the door.
Hello, Phil. What are you doing now?
I'm opening the door.
Phil, have you opened the door?
Yes, I've opened the door. I can see the moon. It's fantastic.
Hello, Janet. What's the matter?
It's my husband. He's gone.
Gone? Where's he gone?
He's gone to Paris.
Has he gone on business?
No, he hasn't gone on business. He's gone with Dorothy.
Dorothy? Who's Dorothy?
She's his secretary.
Is he coming back?
I don't know.
Can you lend me £5?
Oh, sorry, I can't. I haven't been to the bank today.
Oh, dear. I haven't been either, and I need some money. It's too late now. It's 4 o'clock.
Why don't you ask Peter?
Oh, has he been to the bank?
Yes, he has. He always goes on Mondays. Oh, dear.
What's wrong?
I can't find my pen.
Really?
Oh, you mustn't laugh. It isn't funny.
Oh, yes, it is.
Is it? Why?
It's in your hand.
Oh, yes.
Are you a foreigner?
Pardon?
Are you a foreigner?
You needn't shout. I'm not deaf.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I just didn't understand. What does foreigner mean?
Be careful.
Why?
I've just painted the door.
It's all right. I haven't touched it.
Haven't you? What's that on your arm?
I'm bored.
Well, do something.
What, for example?
Wash your hair.
I've already washed it.
Brush your shoes.
I've already brushed them.
Why don't you clean your room?
I've already cleaned it.
Well, perfect your English.
Stan, I've got a new job. I'm going to live in London.
Are you? Oh, I lived in London 5 years ago.
Did you like it?
Not very much.
Why not?
Well, there were too many people, and there was too much noise.
Oh, I love crowds and noise.
Well, I don't. And I don't like pollution.
What do you mean?
Oh, there isn't enough fresh air in London.
But there are a lot of parks.
Yes, I know. And people sleep in them.
Why?
Because there isn't enough accommodation. There aren't enough flats and houses.
Well, I still prefer big cities.
But why?
I was born in a small country village. It was too quiet.
You were lucky.
Oh, I don't think so. There wasn't much to do. That's why young people go to London.
But London's too expensive for young people.
But they still go. They want excitement.
I don't want excitement. I just want a quiet life, that's all.
Elmer Colt is from Kansas. He's on a 14-day tour of Europe. The tour started in London. At the moment, he's in Prague. It's the 8th day of the tour. He's already been to 7 countries and stayed in the capital cities. He's never been to Europe before, and he's already seen a lot of new places. He's done a lot of interesting things, and the tour hasn't finished yet.
Hello, Elmer? Is that you?
Yes, Mama.
Where are you now, Elmer?
I've just arrived in Prague, Mama.
You haven't sent me any postcards yet.
Yes, I have. I've sent one from every city.
Have you been to Paris yet, Elmer?
Yes, I have.
Have you been to Vienna yet?
No, I haven't. We're going to Vienna tomorrow.
Elmer? Are you still there?
Yes, Mama.
How many countries have you seen now, Elmer?
Well, this is the 8th day, so I've already seen 8 countries.
Have you spent much money, Elmer?
Yes, Mama. I've bought a lot of souvenirs, and I want to buy some more. Can you send me $1,000?
All right, Elmer. Elmer, are you listening to me?
Yes, Mama.
Have you taken many photographs, Elmer?
Yes, Mama. I've taken a lot. I've used 3 rolls of film.
Have you met any nice girls yet, Elmer?
Oh, yes, Mama. There's a girl from Texas on the tour. We've done everything together.
Elmer? Elmer, are you still there, Elmer?
Have you ever studied a language before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, which one did you study?
I studied French at school.
Have you ever been to a wedding?
Yes, I have.
Whose wedding was it?
It was my brother's.
Have you ever seen a fire?
Oh, yes, I have.
When did you see it?
I saw one in Manchester in 1976.
Have you ever drunk too much?
Yes, I have.
Where did you drink too much?
I drank too much at my brother's wedding.
Have you ever eaten at the Royal Hotel?
Yes, I have.
When did you eat there?
Mary and I ate there 2 months ago.
Have you ever had flu?
Yes, I have.
When did you have it?
I had it last winter.
Have you ever broken a bone?
Yes, I have.
What did you break?
I broke my leg.
Jerry Floyd is talking to his grandfather about his new job.
It's terrible, Grandad. I have to get up at 7 o'clock because I have to catch the bus to work. Because I'm new, I have to make the tea. I have to work hard. I'm only happy at weekends. I don't have to work then.
His grandfather isn't very sympathetic.
I had to start work when I was 14. I lived in South Wales, and there wasn't much work. I had to be a coal miner. We had to work 12 hours a day. We didn't have to work on Sundays, but we had to work the other 6 days of the week. When I was 18, the First World War started. I joined the army. I had to wear a uniform, and I had to go to France. A lot of my friends died. We had to obey the officers, and we had to kill people. When I was 60, I had to go into hospital because of the dust from the mines. It was the only quiet time in my life. I didn't have to work. I didn't have to earn money. I retired when I was 65. Nowadays, I don't work, and I don't have to get up early. But I have to live on my pension, and life is still difficult. I don't feel sorry for you.
I'm the greatest.
You were the greatest, Brutus, but you're 10 years older than Joe Freezer.
Joe Freezer. I'm not afraid of Joe Freezer.
Really?
Listen, I've beaten him twice, and I'm gonna beat him again.
Are you sure?
Sure? Of course I'm sure.
Some people say he's better than you.
Now listen, I've beaten all the best boxers, and Joe Freezer's one of the worst.
Yes, but he's better than he was.
Listen, I'm stronger, faster, fitter, and more intelligent than him.
Yes, but he KO'd Len Corton 2 months ago.
Len Corton? I've KO'd him 3 times.
Okay, Brutus. Are you going to retire after this fight?
Retire? No, I've been the champion for 10 years. And I'm going to stay the champion for another 10.
Joe Freezer doesn't think so.
Joe Freezer? Joe Freezer's the ugliest man in the world. After tonight, he's going to need a new face.
Will you marry me, darling?
Of course I will.
Is that a promise?
Of course it is. I love you. Oh, darling, I feel terribly tired.
Well, sit down. I'll do the washing up.
Oh, thank you, darling. And I'm thirsty.
All right. I'll make you a cup of tea.
George, have you mended that plug yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, will you do it today?
Yes, I'll do it now. Where's the screwdriver?
I don't know.
Well, I can't find it. I'll do it tomorrow.
Oh, George, we haven't got much for dinner.
That's all right. Shall we eat out?
Oh, yes. Where shall we go?
Let's go to that new Italian restaurant.
George?
Yes, dear?
You're drunk. Shall I drive?
No, I'm okay. I'll drive.
No, you won't. Give me the keys.
What's the matter? Why's the bus stopped?
There's been an accident.
Has there? Again?
Yes, there have been 3 here this week.
Yes, I know. And it's only Wednesday.
Yes, it's the most dangerous corner I've ever seen.
Look at that girl.
What about her?
Look at her dress.
What about it?
It's the same as mine, that's what.
No, it isn't. It's different from yours.
Is it?
Yes, hers is shorter than yours.
Are you a new student?
No, I'm not.
Oh. How long have you been here?
As long as you.
Why haven't I seen you?
I've been ill.
Can I borrow £10?
Why don't you go to the bank?
Well, my cheque hasn't arrived yet.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm broke.
What can I do?
Ask George. He's as rich as Rockefeller.
I want some seats for Tuesday night. Are there any left?
No, there are no seats left. Every seat is reserved.
Doctor, I think there's something in my eye. Everything looks funny.
Let me have a look. I can't see anything. No, I'm sure there's nothing there.
There's somebody in the other office.
I didn't hear anybody.
Well, just have a look.
No, there's nobody there. Everybody's gone home.
What are you looking for?
My pen. It's somewhere in this room.
Where have you looked?
I've looked everywhere, and I can't find it anywhere.
Herbert Burke, James Stevens, Mary Foote, and Charlie Phillips all went to the same school. They left school in 1960, and they've had very different careers.
Herbert Burke became a politician 10 years ago. He's very successful. He bought a country house 5 years ago and bought a Jaguar at the same time. He's been a Member of Parliament for 10 years. He's had his house and car for 5 years.
James Stevens is a criminal. He robbed a bank in 1971 and escaped to a Pacific island. He bought a luxury yacht the same year. He's still on the island. He's been there since 1971. He's had the yacht since 1971.
Mary Foote and Charlie Phillips fell in love at school. He gave her a ring when they left school. She wears it every day, and she's never taken it off. They got married in 1963, and they are still in love. They moved to Australia in 1968.
It's midnight. In a moment, the Mayor of Bamford is going to read the results of the general election. Both of the candidates are on the balcony with the Mayor. Both of them are smiling, but neither of them are happy. Both of them are wearing rosettes. One of them is the Labour candidate, and the other is the Conservative candidate. Neither of them have been members of Parliament before. The Mayor has just announced the result. The Labour candidate has won the election. Some of the crowd are pleased, but the others are angry. All of the Labour supporters are happy. All of them are shouting and cheering. The Conservative supporters are booing. None of them are smiling. The Conservatives haven't won an election in Bamford for many years. The Labour Party has won every election in the town since 1945.
Can I help you?
Yes, I want to send some flowers to my mother in Germany.
What kind of flowers would you like?
Well, what do you recommend?
Well, roses are very nice at this time of the year.
Okay. A dozen roses, please.
Mrs. Connor?
Yes, Paul?
This is a present for you.
A present? What a lovely surprise. Shall I open it now?
Yes, of course.
Oh, chocolates. I love chocolates. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. You've been very kind.
I'd like to say goodbye to everybody.
When are you leaving?
Tomorrow morning.
Let's meet for a coffee tonight.
I'm afraid I can't.
Oh, come on.
No, really. I've got so much to do.
It's been a lovely party. Thank you very much.
But you can't go yet. The party's just beginning.
I'm sorry, but I must.
Why?
Because I have to catch the last train.
Don't be silly. I'll give you a lift. Where are you going?
Caracas.
Oh.